Hey there, thank you very much for coming to this video. In this video, I'll show you how I would go about using Whop Content Rewards, which is the latest in marketing for jewelry brands, to absolutely blow up my jewelry brand. So I've actually had multiple jewelry stores. I own a digital marketing agency. We've managed multiple clients that are selling jewelry. Now we've shut down that part and we're focusing exclusively on other ventures right now. But if I were to go back and promote jewelry right now, I just want to show you how I would do it. So the reason I kind of got interested in this is because as you can see, oh, sorry about that. As you can see, the growth in the jewelry market is absolutely crazy right now. We're seeing that to 2030, we're expecting the market to have grown almost 25%, which is absolutely crazy, which means that you're going to have so much competition and you need to stand out. So how I would stand out, get people to know about my jewelry products, is that I would use Whop Content Rewards. Now, Whop Content Rewards is essentially like paid ads, but a lot better, because paid ads are riddled with no trust in the content you're promoting because you're just paying these platforms like TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram to push out your content because the consumer sees it as an advert and scrolls past it. And it also leads to very high costs of around $10 to $15 for 1,000 views. And just overall kind of works if you can nail it down, but it's not really sustainable. So what I would do instead is go for an organic approach. But the downside of organic is it takes a lot of time, but it has a lot of trust to it. So what Whop has done is kind of combine the two, where you have all the pros of paid ads and all the pros of organic marketing. And that way they have made content rewards. Now a content reward, it's essentially an opportunity you're opening up for creators that you either pick and choose or worldwide or in a certain geographic limitation to promote your brand and your jewelry products. And this results in a cost of $1 to $2 for 1,000 views, as well as a lot more trust because the videos are coming from creators and not from ads. So overall, like brands are absolutely on this right now. They're paying out tens of thousands a day in content rewards, and I recommend you definitely get on this for your jewelry store because this results in a lot of cheaper costs and a lot better results, as much as 10 times better for the money you're spending. So this is definitely something you need to look into because you'll have an army of creators behind you promoting your product instead of relying on old-fashioned paid ads. So this is of course all great, and let's go to how you can set this up. Okay, so now when you have your understanding of what content rewards is and the benefits for your business, now the question becomes, how do I create one? Because you of course want to actually take part of this opportunity as well and not just talk about it. So how you would do that is 3 simple steps. First, you'll go to whop.com and you'll create an account. This you can do with your eyes closed at this point. It'll take you 1 minute, maybe 2 if you're unlucky. I just signed up with Google, it's that easy. Then secondly, you want to go to whop.new, or if you go to whop.com/new, you'll be redirected to the same page. But I go to whop.new, and then you'll be taken to this page. We're going to create a Whop. Now a Whop, that's essentially a community that will be hosting your content reward for your business. Now this community, you can invite people to take part of this content reward, or you can keep it open to everyone so everyone can take part of this content reward. And how you do this is a simple 3-step process. Just click create a new organization, click continue. Title is what you want it to be. So in this case, I'll just title it Linus, because well, it's my name, but you can of course title it something more appropriate for your business. Then you'll click continue, and then you'll just write a quick description about your business. Now I'll just spam something because I'm not actually going to create this myself right now because I'm just showing you how you would do this. And then you would just choose a link and then you would click continue. Now, once that's done, then 5 seconds later, you'll be taken into a Whop. And now this is now the community that you have created. And as you can see, if you go to this link, you now have your Whop. And now in this Whop, you can create content rewards. But I recommend you maybe spend 5 minutes just to make it a little bit prettier because as you can see right now, it's completely empty. And you could perhaps make it more aesthetically pleasing. But this is not something you have to do. This is just something that, well, maybe you'd like to do so. Then afterwards, you head to the Discover page on the left-hand side. Once on the left-hand side and you click Discover, you'll head to the Content Reward sections and click on the plus sign. Now here, you'll choose the Whop you just created. Or if you don't have the option to choose one, then you only have one. And now you just enter in all the information here, such as the title of the content reward, the content type you want them to produce, if it's clipping, i.e. repurposing your already existing content, or if it's UGC and they're creating brand new content. You'll choose the category, your budget, the end date if you have one, the reward, which is what you're paying to the creators for 1,000 views, the minimum and the max payout, a bonus, as well as all the requirements. The requirements section is what I think is most important, because you'll have to specify there what you're looking for. As in, let's say if you want a call to action in the video to your website or your product or whatever the case is, then you'll have a call to action there that you gotta add as a requirement for the creators to add. If you want the audience to be a certain demographic, if you want the creators to be a certain demographic, if you want a certain sound to be used, if you, well, whatever it could be, if you want someone to tag you, if you want them to have a link in bio or whatever the case is, then you'll add this in the requirements, because we need to be clear so the creators know what to produce and you know what to expect. And then after, you'll just click continue, you'll top up this content reward, and then it's live. And now it's at your choice if you want to keep this content reward open to everyone and have an open Whop, which is hosting the content reward, or if you want to keep this closed to only a select few creators that you invite yourself, then you can also do that. And then the creators will just find this content reward, submit their content, and then it's up to you to go through the content they have submitted, approve what you think is correct, disapprove what you don't think is correct, and they'll get paid for everything that you approve. So that way you also know that so no one won't steal your budget because you're in complete control. And this is exactly how I would do it, and this is how it can completely blow up your business. And I recommend you really get on this as soon as you can. And if you have any questions whatsoever, then just drop them down below, and I'll get back to every single one of them. And with that said, thank you very much. I really hope you implement this as soon as possible, and have a really good day.